Thruster brakes, damage channeling, stabilized descent, backup wheels, over-tiered railguns, and a sleek, low-profile build are a few of the features of this 1200 CPU Tier 7 Infiltrator. Engineered as a forward scout and combat cruiser, this machine is designed to deal big damage while being able to take enemy fire and then relocate or take cover. Welcome gamers to GamerGuide. I am Rollin in Robocraft. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this XI-7 Infiltrator for yourself. To the right you can see the blocks, components, and total RP cost you'll need to build this cruiser class sniper. This build is 574 cubes and will be an odd mirror line construction. This vehicle performs its function very well, and with the right pilot behind the controls can get you the TP and RP you need in Tier 7. Enjoy the rest of this match video, and then let's head to the garage and get building. Alright guys, let's get started on this XI-7 Infiltrator. First thing I want to tell you is this is a reverse build, so some of the inners I place are going to be basically positioned in a way where you might need to turn them to get them to face the same way I have in the video. Now your comma and period keys will raise and lower blocks, so you don't necessarily need to put down the pillars like I normally do. If you just put a block on the ground and press, I think it is period, it should make your block elevate by 1. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm putting down these inners to create a chassis and kind of the area that the pilot's eventually going to sit in. A lot of this won't end up being attached to a lot of the rest of the bot, basically because of damage channeling, and it's keeping it from keeping you from being one shot from different directions. So a couple of these blocks here are temporary. We're going to be putting some of these inners, or excuse me, prisms here on the side. So you can remove the white blocks after you get those put on, like this. And your pilot will sit there in the middle. Now there's going to be a lot of not only prisms, but there'll be a lot of tetra. And then the inners, you really can face them any way you'd like. It's just whatever your aesthetic preference is, really. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build out here on the front and continue. The center part is going to be Tier 7 blocks and the rest is Tier 6. We're just trying to keep the overall bar down below here. So we can over-tier our guns, and so both our movement and a lot of our blocks are going to be under-tiered by 1. Now under here we're going to end up putting some thrusters, and this will be to give us quicker reverse, but also so we can stop quicker. So when you come to a stop, just tap the back button and you should come to a complete stop before the enemy, and the idea is then you can get your first shot off before he's able to hit you and maybe destroy him or knock off his guns. And so this will kind of be the hood area, and later we'll put some of our radar jammers here on top too to give it a little extra armor. Alright, we're using a couple more temporary blocks as you see here, so go ahead and put those down. When you get your prism set up like I have it, then you can go ahead and erase them. Or if you watch a little further, you can see what blocks connected to, and just come back and add these on when the rest of the vehicle's there. Alright, so let's go ahead and add our thrusters. We'll add 2 of the Tier 2 thrusters, and these are 2 Tier 4, and they're both going to be reverse thrusters, so make sure that they're going against the arrow when you put them on. Alright, so another inner and a couple more temps, and we're going to put a couple of these prisms here on the side, and that just makes it so we can fit the Tier 4 thrusters snugly underneath. Alright, let's continue out here. blocks, and we're going to put some inners on top of that. Alright, here in the front, we're not trying to connect it to what will be the bumper, so we're going to use prisms. Put them on the side here too. Alright, and now we're going to start building our support for where we're going to put our front bumper on. And the idea with this is just that it's going to keep the entire front from breaking off. Basically, this is kind of acting as a damage shield for us. Alright, now we're going to add some more of these inners to the side and start working out. A couple more of these prisms too below. Prism up top, and let's start working on the sides now. So these are pretty much all going to be inners here on the side, and then out front we'll start working with a lot more prisms. Alright, I'm going to put down a couple temporary blocks just to set our front point, I guess. And you can place that down, and then we'll just work our way back. We're going to slant the bottom just so it makes it a little easier to get up rocks and stuff if we run into something. So we put prisms on the bottom, and then on the top it's pretty much going to be inners and tetra. Well, there'll be tetra on the bottom too, I suppose, just to give it that slant look. I guess I meant to say prisms and inners. Alright, so put a couple more of these guys and just follow the pattern down the side here like this. And notice that none of this is connected to the frame in front of it. So it's kind of made to get shot by SMGs and stuff and break into pieces. This eventually will attach us here to the sides, what we're working towards. There we go. And that's a place we'll end up putting a wheel here in a little while. We're going to go to make a wheel protection for it though, wheel well, if you want to call it that. So take your time on this, it's going to be a couple steps to make. And we're going to go and run these prisms all the way down the side eventually. Here in the front, we're going to put a couple more of these tetra, just to kind of round off the look and make it look good. Put two tetra here on either side, and then we're going to create a front to it with some more tetra. And then we'll just mirror what we did on the other side with some more prisms. Alright, a couple more yellow cubes. Gonna stiffen up our central part of the craft a little bit more. here is making some interior space for some central wheels. They're going to be hidden from the outside for the most part, but that's just in case we lose our front or back wheels to another rail or SMG or plasma. It gives us another way to get back to a medic. This is going to end up being layered, be a 2-layer of prisms across, just for better damage channeling. Like I said, take your time on this. You might need to turn some of these inners to work with what I'm doing here at a later time. So place them down, and then when you get some more blocks, you can come back and turn them if you need to get them a certain way. Notice we're switching between inners and prisms a lot, so be careful on these steps. Alright, now here we're using a lot of prisms. We're not trying to attach anything to the side, so be careful on this part. This is going to help prevent your pilot seat from getting shot off if you get hit with a flank attack or plasma and stuff on the side of your vehicle. So these 2 points aren't connected, and then off this back point we're going to go ahead and put some more inners that will attach to the rest of the vehicle. Alright, put down a couple more prisms. Gives us a little bit more side reinforcement, also helps make it look nice. We're going to bulk up the back of this entire vehicle pretty well, so it'll be hard to get disabled by getting hit from behind. Again, using a lot of prisms here just to keep it from being attached to the pilot seat. Alright, and now we're just bulking out with inners. Right, and here up the side, we're going to end up using a lot of prisms. Kind of smooth out the look. Give us a little more armor too. Now we're going to start working on extending the back out. Okay, now we're going to start making our points where we'll have extensions for 2 rear mount guns, and it also gives you a little more armor above your rear wheels. Here in the back too, we're not going to go completely across, we're leaving a little space in the middle to put a fin. That will keep us from falling down awkwardly if we come off the top of a mountain or hill. when we need to get away or relocate. So that's what this central area is going to be for. Okay, the other side here we're using a lot of prisms to keep our vehicle nice and light. We're just going to round the back off. Wanted to put in some tetra there at the end. This is going to be a spot for where we'll put our thrusters. Alright, now we got our tetra on. Kind of creates a nice looking point. Put some here on the side. Alright, that block there you'll probably need to reposition in a couple steps. Alright, put some hitters here on those prisms. A couple more prisms here. And this is going to end up being a wheel well in the back. We're just going to kind of build up around it and keep our wheel protected from getting hit by plasmas. Alright, I'm taking a little time here because on the reverse build I realized that this was going to be awkward to do for you guys when it plays back the other direction, so that's why I stumble around here a little bit. But you can see what the end result looks like, so just make sure you get this at the end. Alright, now we're going to add some more of these inners here to the back. And what we're doing now is we're building these arms out I was talking about earlier that we're going to end up putting our two Tier 7 railguns on. And it'll also kind of help protect the back of our cruiser. Alright, line this front here with prisms. And now we're going to attach it to the bottom. And we'll bulk it up a little bit too. Alright, now we're going to go back to yellow blocks, and this will just be additional shielding for our guns. Kind of making the Superman emblem looking thing here. I don't know what this shape is called officially, but it just kind of reminds me of the Superman emblem for some reason. So we're going to do that in 4 places. And this will help our guns from getting blown off so easily. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add our functional components. We'll start with our pilot seat. Put it here in the recess, where we've done all that work to keep it from being able to be directly hit as easily. And And now we're going to add some wheels on. Let's go ahead and put it here in the bays, and then we also have two wheels on the inside that are kind of hidden. So you'll place it right here. I had to get down a little closer to see where it attaches, but it fits right here in the center. Alright, this is optional, but if you have that cosmetic speedometer, a lot of people do because they got it for Christmas for free. You can go ahead and add it on if you want to. Rudder goes on upside down, so the flat side is flush with the top. You can turn off mirror mode to add your Tier 5 radar. You just need one of them. Alright, on the back here, these are Tier 5 turning thrusters, and then our Tier 6 will be used to push us forward, along with two other Tier 5s here right on the front. And we're going to use Tier 7 electroplate to keep our cabin safe from rail shots and plasmas. And now we're using Tier 8 rail guns here on the front, and put them on the yellow blocks we just put down, one on top. And now Tier 7 rail guns on the back. Alright, we're going to hide two Tier 5 radar jammers here in the back, and then one right here on top of the engine mount. And that completes it. Thank you for checking out this build video. You can click on these links on the screen to check out some of my other builds. If you're new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. I just recently passed 700 subscribers, which is really cool, and I'd like to thank all of you for the great feedback and support I've been getting. I appreciate that. I have more Robocraft builds coming your way soon, including a low-tier build tutorial series that I'm currently producing. In the next episode, though, I'll be featuring my Frontline Armored Transport series, beginning with the T7 Barrage, which you can see here. Please like the video and comment below, as it helps the channel grow. And maybe I'll see you guys running around in Robocraft. Feel free to reach out and say hello. Well, that's it for this episode. Later.